Hola, from Dave Aziz. I, Joel Aziz, have the great honor today and the high pleasure hosting His Excellency the Ambassador of Uruguay to Lebanon, Mr. Carlos Gito. Hola, Excelencia.
Mucho gusto.
Mucho gusto. ¿Cómo está?
Muy bien. Thank you very much for your invitation, your very kind invitation. And it's a privilege for me to share with you this interview and with all the crew is working with you to produce this program. Thank you so much.
On behalf of Tele Liban, this is our great pleasure. We are thanking you. El embajador de Uruguay, Mr. Carlos Gito, para ser usted con nosotros. Muchas gracias. When we say Uruguay, where is Uruguay located? On the geographical map, what's the capital of the country? And precisely, what are the features of the country?
Yes, well, Uruguay, in our Spanish language, we pronounce Uruguay, but of course, Uruguay too.
Sí.
It's a South American country. We are in the south of the continent. We are surrounded by two big countries, Argentina and Brazil. In some way, we can say we are now in the south temperate area of the world. This is a circumstance that give us a mild weather, a mild climate, you know.
And it's a green country, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes,
a very
yes,
beautiful
yes,
green
of course.
country.
And this geographical and also environment condition makes the country very green. We need to remember that we not only have borders with Argentina and Brazil. In both countries, we have dry borders, but we have rivers, like the Uruguay River is the border with Argentina.
And you have the ocean, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, yes.
Sí.
We have with Brazil rivers and an important lagoon, which is Laguna Marine. And in the south, we have a very long station offshore over the Atlantic Ocean. Then we have the Atlantic Ocean. Plus the River Plate, Rio de la Plata, which is the other limit with the Argentina.
Nomination. Exactly. Excellency, ¿qué es el capital de Uruguay?
The capital of Uruguay is Montevideo, is the political and administrative city of the country.
The largest one.
It's large because and a half of the Uruguayan population is in Montevideo. Uruguay is 3.5 million and more than 1.5 million are in Montevideo or the small cities or locations that we can call the metropolitan area, you know, that this is the huge Montevideo, you know.
Amazing. It's good to know, and especially that everything is centralized in the capital, if I'm not mistaken. The parliament, the buildings, the government.
The government, the three
what
powers.
Can you tell us more a little bit about
well,
it?
Montevideo has a huge concentration, not only about the political activity. The executive power is there, the parliament, the Congress is there, the justice, the different areas of the justice are there, but also the main universities. Even now we have branches in other cities, but the main universities are there. And there are other special conditions because since the beginning, since the foundation of Montevideo, one of the most important advantages that even explain the source of the city and also the development of the city is the port of Montevideo.
Yes.
The port of Montevideo,
it's like an open gate.
Is the open gate
Definitely.
to the region.
Definitely.
Even for a long time, we use this slogan for the Mercosur, which is the commercial agreement of the countries in the South America. Just that Montevideo will be the gate, the open gate for the region. No.
Looking at the flag,
yes,
as it's standing here. We have the Sun of May and we have the four strips that
yes.
are the blue ones.
Yes.
Maybe it's related to the province, the many provinces, several provinces in the country.
Exactly.
Please correct me, Excellency. What can you tell us about the flag, the symbol of the flag first of the country, and then the independence of the country?
Of course, of course. Well, the flag, of course, is the sun. The sun is the Sun of May, and this was used for the independent revolution, but not only related to Uruguay. It's the Sun of May, 25th of May, that is related, for example, the revolution of 25th of May of the year 1810, when the revolution in Buenos Aires. Today is Argentina, but this time was not Argentina. No? After that, the revolution spread in the region, and we can say the revolution in Uruguay starts in February 1811. Since there, the process of the revolution continues up to 1825, when we signed the Declaration of Independence, what we are celebrating today.
We are celebrating the 198th
and this happens exactly 198
and within
years old.
2 years we will be celebrating, you will be celebrating the 200th.
This will be exactly in 2 years we are going to celebrate the following dates. Regarding to Uruguay, 200 years, the bicentenary. Regarding the relation with Lebanon, we will celebrate 80 years from October 1945, relations with Lebanon.
Amazing.
And regarding with Montevideo, in the year 2024, will be 300 years old.
Amazing.
There are already people working for the 300
for
celebration.
many years yet to come. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you so much.
So the main touristic spots in Uruguay?
As all the countries, there are 2, 3, or 4 places that are the main spots. I would like to say that if you ask me to me as a Uruguayan, an Uruguayan citizen, maybe the whole country is a special place to enjoy vacation tourism, because one option is to go to the traditional place that already are in the market, in the publicity. For example, Punta del Este.
Let's have this virtual trip to Punta del Este,
yes,
because we hear a lot about it, and
yes,
we are really looking forward to discovering the same.
Yeah, it's a magic place,
yes,
because it's the combination of the end of the River Plate, when it's getting through to the Atlantic Ocean, then there is a combination of water, and the starting of the shores with the Atlantic Ocean. It's a special place for the environment, the climate, because there is some small details. We have a big amount, a big group of tourists coming from Buenos Aires, the Argentinian. These are our main customers.
Es estupendo.
Yes, but you happen, I was serving as a diplomat in Argentina, and I can assure you that summer is terrible. It's very humid, it's very hot, and then they escape to fresh and clear air.
So we can say that it's a call for all the audience to visit this area.
Yes, I recommend. Of course, it's an international resort, very famous for the Latin American people, Brazilian, Argentinian, but the whole continent. There are coming more American people, European people, and it's a place with some famous persons related to arts or related to sports. They have, for example, houses. One case many years ago, very well known, was Zinedine Zidane, the French soccer player.
Yes.
He has a beautiful house over the ocean in Punta del Este.
He must be lucky.
Yeah, then this is just an example.
What's about Piriápolis, if I'm not mistaken?
It's beautiful, but it's not exactly with the same concept like Punta del Este. Punta del Este is more fashion, more international, more global. Piriápolis is more for the family. If you are a Uruguayan, a regular Uruguayan, middle-class Uruguayan, maybe you
may have
a little house there to go to the weekends.
Entonces, Excelência, ¿qué podemos decir de Montevideo? Or what can we say about Montevideo?
First of all, it's the capital of Uruguay. As we comment, it's the political administrative city, it's a cultural city, and it's full of story too. Montevideo was founded in the year 1724. Even the process
It's an old city.
Yes. Next year, 2024, the city will celebrate 300 years of story. And which is very interesting is why Montevideo appeared in the bay. There is a bay, a natural bay, the port. And this is something that's explaining about the story of this region. You know,
Yes.
after America was discovered, 1492, 2 years later, 1494, the Empire of Spain and the Empire of Portugal, they signed an agreement, the Tordesillas. They established a line, north to south.
Sí.
This line maybe today is passing for, you know, Maranhão or some of the north states of Brazil. But the line keep Rio de Janeiro inside the Portuguese area. Then they
Yes.
divide the continent. This line from this side, to say to the west, is for one of the empire, to this the other. At this time, the Spanish Empire were controlling the continent with the local governors. We call in Spanish virreinatos, virreis, which is viceroy.
Yes.
And there was one in Mexico, one in Peru, Virreinato del Peru, another one in Buenos Aires. At this time was not Argentina, was
Yes.
Buenos Aires. Just because the River Plate was a strategic geographic place, not only because was considered at this time that there will be resources of silver. Silver is the
Yes.
argent. The argent is the one gives the name to Argentina. You know?
Definitely.
But also, like it maybe is today, they got a way to get to the rivers inside the continent, you know,
Yes.
and maybe to travel to discover and to be near the sources of the golden mines. There are many mythical stories. With this geographical explanation, the Portuguese, they founded and they established in the Uruguayan shores Colonia del Sacramento, the year 1680.
Why do we call it Colonia del Sacramento?
Because this is the original name made by established by the Portuguese, the
Okay.
Portuguese Empire.
Sí.
This was the first step by the Portuguese to control the River Plate. The reaction of the King of Spain was to order the government of Buenos Aires to go and found and establish a fort in another place to control this. This is the beginning of Montevideo. Then Bruno Mauricio de Zavala, which was the governor in this place representing Spain in Buenos Aires, they traveled and they established, you know, the first settlement. This was between 1724 up to 1730, and this is the beginning of Montevideo.
So those main historical steps, we can say that they have marked the country with its very rich pool of information.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
A few years ago, Colonia del Sacramento, which is also a spot tourist, because you asked me about Punta del Este, you asked me about Montevideo.
I will ask you about Salto.
Yes, this is in the north. But but Colonia, for example, is an important touristic spot.
Sí.
It's visited, for example, in the weekends, but the Argentinian people coming
So it's
from
visited from all the Americo-Latino inhabitants or from the locals mainly?
mainly from the local.
Sí.
Because it's a very nice place and a big population, like the Argentinian capital. They cross by the ferries and they spend, first of all, they are having now houses and some little farms, and they it's escape for the weekend, you know, and then they go there, and they come back to Argentina to the regular life. But what's happened? Colonia was declared heritage of UNESCO. Then we have this city as a heritage
really good to
of
know.
humanity. Then this is very important, very important.
Definitely.
And it's the first spot, Portuguese spot, in over the Rio de la Plata, and the reaction is the burn or the beginning of Montevideo.
The birth of...
The birth of Montevideo.
What are the other spots that are now on the list of UNESCO Heritage Excellency in Uruguay?
This is one. In the north of the country, you can find a different kind. Uruguay is very important for ecotourism. You can visit, you know, we call estancias. These are huge, you know, properties where they are producing and they are growing cows. There is a very countryside life, no? It's very exciting. People, they go to there, they run horses, they sometimes hunting, fishing, having life in the natural spaces. This is another kind of tourism, you know?
Sí.
And also there are new developments, like we have the visit of the vineyards. You are producing different grapes, wine.
Exactly.
There are other places related to how is the life in the borders when you are going to the north, near Brazil, for example. Even it's the same country, the environment is changing. You feel
Sure.
more the Brazilian touch or whatever.
Seguramente.
Then there is a diversity in the country.
Exactly. Now, if you want to talk a little bit about the economy and the
Yes.
industry in Uruguay, what can you tell us?
Well, the economy in Uruguay, we cannot compare Uruguay with the big countries. When we say big countries, you have, you know, the G7, for example, or you have the G20. No, these are the biggest economy in the world. Some of them are in South America, including, like, for example, the Brazilian or the Argentinian. We compare always with our neighborhood. Related to our neighborhood, we are having a very good performance in economy.
Does it feature an export-oriented country?
Yes, yes.
As regards to the neighboring countries?
Yes, but first of all,
Yes.
how is the situation of the economy? If we compare the situation of the economy of Uruguay regarding, for example, how our exports are growing, how is our control of inflation, how is our rate of unemployment, how is our rate of poverty, which is, you know, the percentage of poverty in the general population compared with other Latin American countries, including big countries, we are in better condition. This is
Sure.
more or less
Sure.
a very short explanation. Regarding our production, Uruguay is an agri-food country, and we are big providers of high-quality food to the world, according to the international standards. We are producers and exporters of beef, dairy products, like the one we are going to taste and to enjoy today. Rice, too, is a big producer of rice. Maybe it's among the 6 or 7 countries with more production of rice, with big markets. Sometimes it's very, very far away. For example, for rice, we are the main providers of rice for Iran, for example. Beef, we are the main providers for Brazil, United States, some European countries, but mainly China. China is our main market for beef. Dairy products, Latin America, Mexico, Algeria, here in the north of Africa.
Sure.
Then we have, you know, very spread our possibility of trade. Of course, Uruguay is a country that all the energies are oriented to the exportation because it's a small market.
Yes.
And then the only possibility to grow or to develop is, and this is because we are looking at Lebanon too, because regarding to this, Lebanon also must be not only a great opportunity for us, because if you are a exporter, you are looking for new market, you want to sell, you want to promote, but at the same time, it's a good opportunity for this country that is an important importer of food, different kind of products, to discover Uruguay as a different new choice.
Excelencia, ¿qué es su mensaje para todos the audience who are watching us today?
Well,
Do you invite them to go to Uruguay? Is it an easy trip from Lebanon to Uruguay? Is there any direct flight?
Well,
Or not yet?
Well, maybe it's not the most easy way as if the ways or the places you used to visit. But you can arrive to Uruguay And also people from Uruguay, they will arrive here. There is a group of Uruguayan Lebanese persons, ladies and gentlemen. They are planning to visit Lebanon and Beirut next September. It's an important group of people. Maybe it's in a half plane. And
they are welcome.
You know, and they are going to they don't care it's very far away, you know. Then they will be here. In the same way, we need to encourage and to promote people from Lebanon to go. Because you say it's very far away, but listen, I was serving as a diplomat in Los Angeles, California. I don't think Los Angeles is closer than Beirut, that is, for example, Montevideo. It's just the will. You need to go.
Sure.
And also to visit the region, not only Uruguay, because South America is a very exciting place.
Sure.
Yeah.
Thank you. Muchas gracias, Embajador
Thank you.
Gito.
Thank you.
And congratulations for the independence. You are celebrating the 198th independance year for the Republic of Uruguay. Congratulations.
Yes, yes. It's a long time for us, but in the story of countries, look your story, no? Not just the contemporary Lebanon from 1945. When you go back, you are a country of thousands of years ago, you know, with the cultural tradition. But for us, you know, almost 200 years, it's a real an adventure to arrive to here, no?
You're welcome, and
thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
I'm very proud to be with you.
So let's have this virtual trip to Uruguay today. Let's discover the very tasty cheese, some local products from Uruguay brought here to Lebanon to discover the taste, the fusion of Uruguay cheese. Indeed, it's a virtual trip. Let's discover this together.